Come back to sitting. So up tall, if that's all right for you today, and cross-legged if that's all right for you today. And if it's not, then find a position that is. All we're looking for here is to be able to relax and set aside everything else. So a little time just to push everything out to the peripheries, outside the door, outside the house, outside the room, wherever it is. And then bring your attention inwards to yourself. So just a small amount of time completely focused on yourself, on your left leg, on your right ear, on the back of your head, on your shoulders, on your belly, wherever it is, taking your attention to your body, giving your body a little bit of time and attention. So feel that your sit bones are on the floor if you can. And from there, we're drawing upwards. So tall as you can. And notice what happens when you bring that intention of height and length into your mind. You start drawing up from the top of your head. Hopefully that takes some length into the neck. Relax your shoulders. Allow them to be soft. At the same time, lifting the sternum, getting that length through the front of the body, through the sides, and of course through the back as well. Sometimes doing all that, we start to hold our breath because we're concentrating so hard on being tall. So breathe, nice, deep, slow, steady, easy breaths. And let go of any tension in your belly. So try and get that length without pulling your belly button in towards your spine. So much to focus on and remember to do. And yet so simple. So start to even out and slow down the breath, breathing in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. Notice any tension in your feet, in your legs, if you can ease and let go. Still keeping that height. Each breath really steady and slow. The same speed and intensity as your exhale when you start your exhalation and when you end your exhalation. I'm trying to keep it consistent throughout. And at the same time as that consistency, making sure that you empty the breath fully. Each time you exhale, take every last little bit out of the body. And as you breathe in, fill up as much as you can. Lovely. So we're going to keep that same quality of breath, but we're going to restrict now. We're going to come into Nadi Shodhana. So take your dominant hand, mine is my right, fold in your first two fingers and use your ring finger and your thumb to gently block alternate nostril. So alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana. We are balancing the nadis in the body, which are like streams or motorways or roads, pathways. Pathways is probably the most adaptable between function and what we might be thinking of it as being like. So we're balancing left and right. So let's shut the left side and we're going to breathe in through the nostril, not the mouth. So close your mouth gently, let's breathe in. And we switch, so close the right side, breathe out through the left and inhale, same side. Switch, exhale, inhale. Switch, exhale, and inhale. Switch, exhale. You may notice that one side is more clogged or difficult than the other. Just keep going, persevere. Inhale. Switch, exhale. 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 Inhale. Switch, continue at your own pace. Let's do 3 rounds together. So keeping that height, lengthens the spine. Relaxing the muscles in your face. Relaxing your shoulders. Last round. Relax your hand down now. And drop your chin to your chest, just gently, not pushing. Keeping your mouth gently closed, breathing in through your nostrils only. Just taking a little time to notice how that feels. How does the breath feel? Going in and coming out. How do you feel in the rest of your body? Tucking the chin a little sharper now, pushing down the chin into the chest, stretching through the back of your neck. And coming up to center, taking the chin over to the right shoulder. And say the right chin, just the one chin, please. So chin over to right shoulder, looking right round to the left. Notice what happens with your left shoulder here. If it wants to start to draw forward, draw it back. And release. Release first, let go, and then move. And let's go all the way over to the other side. So over to the left. Again, noticing the right, keeping your chin slightly lifted. Thinking about taking that left ear round behind you. Right shoulder pulls gently back. And release first, let go, and then move. And let's take our chins up to the ceiling now. That really strong stretch in the throat. If you're having trouble telling people what you think, sharing your feelings and emotions, this could be a very powerful stretch to try. Just every morning, get up, send your head back, jut your chin up to the ceiling, release when it's uncomfortable, and then go back. Maybe do it 2 or 3 times or 4 times. And release, come back to center. You need to activate these soft, stuck areas sometimes. So that's quite a good one for us. And breathing properly is a good one as well. And the other one is kidneys. So take your hands to your lower back, fingers pointing down towards the floor, and then just give yourself a little bit of a rub. Either side of your spine, pressing gently and firmly in. And you can go a little bit faster to generate some heat and warmth. So waking up that sluggish kidney energy. It can be like that in the mornings. And we're going to inhale the arms up. come into a really tall stretch and fold forward when you're ready. Letting go of that breath. Sweeping the arms around. Once more, inhaling up. And exhale forward. Last time. Inhale up, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. Let's take the legs out. The legs out in front. Give them a bit of a shake. Give them a wiggle. Pressing the knees down to the floor. So up and then back down again. Fluttering the legs. Okay, and sending the heels away. Firmly away. Feel that. Hopefully you can feel that in your calves. Maybe even up into the hamstrings, and draw your toes back towards your face. Up really tall here. If you're uncomfortable, just take a little bit of a lean forward. Take any pressure off your lower back. Take any pressure off your coccyx. We're leaning forward and we're going to inhale the arms up again, taking them up and folding forward. So Paschimottanasana to start. So here you are, folding forward. Let's see if we can get a little bit more length in the spine. So chin comes up. And as you exhale, folding forward. So we're really trying to stretch the belly, stretch the space out here so we can lift and fold ourselves forward. We're hinging at the hips. Do not worry if that isn't a big movement for you right now. Just want to get that lovely length in the back. Use your arms and your hands to draw yourself forward. Notice where you feel this. If you're starting to feel it in your lower back, ease off. Then we come away with the in-breath, fold forward with the out-breath. Slow, gentle, but very deep movement here. Sending the chest forward. So we're not curling, we are flat in the back. And then coming up. I'm going to give the piriformis a little bit of a stretch. So let's bend the right leg. Right leg comes up. Bring your right foot just on the inside edge of your knee, if that works for you, or you can put it wherever you like. Take your left hand, holding on. And we're going to pull this leg over and stretch around behind. If you want to intensify the stretch a little, you can take your left leg where it is, right leg over the left leg. Too many words to say, a very simple thing. Take your foot to the other side of your knee. And we're just stretching out down here, helping the hips a little with this stretch. Keep your left leg nice and firmly anchored to the ground so that you can press against it if you've popped your foot over the other side. Again, way too many words. Stand up with that spine, and then right arm comes around, reaching back. And if you need to, if it feels uncomfortable for your hand to be pulling on that leg, you can tuck your elbow around the knee. Looking around. Seeing if you get a little bit of a stretch right down along the outside edge of that thigh. Remembering to breathe, lovely, deep, slow breaths. And then coming back to center. Let's come over to the other side. So extending the right leg, pushing the heels away, bringing the toes up towards the ceiling. And then left leg comes up again, either on this side or on the other side. Up to you. It depends on what's going on with your hips, depends on what's comfortable and what works and where you get the stretch. If you're on this side and you don't feel any stretch at all, move over. If you're on this side and it feels too intense, move back. Up tall, lovely long torso, right hand on the left knee, left hand behind. Twisting, so a little bit of a spinal twist as well at the same time, 2 for 1. And then really gently tugging on your left knee, getting right in there, Get to the piriformis muscle. Hold and breathe. And release. Coming back to center, let's come into Baddha Konasana. So Baddha Konasana, we will try and do this pretty much every session, just because it is so powerful, so important, and so rarely done in the time outside of yoga. So pressing your knees down, bringing your heels in, staying up tall, unless that's uncomfortable, in which case take a bit of a lean forward. Double whammy on that. If you're leaning forward, you're also increasing the stretch on the inside edge of your thighs. Giving the knees a little bit of a stretch. So we're pressing down and leaning forward. Don't worry if your sit bones come off the mat here. Our whole focus is on stretching out across the pelvis, deep into the pelvis, into the psoas muscles, and along the inside edge of your thighs. Keep leaning forward, feeling the stretch, relaxing into it. And release, gently coming off. Coming up into a squat, we're going to come up to standing. So let's hold and squat for a moment. So we're saying in squat, we're going to extend the right leg out to the side. So come up to fingertips if you need to. Right leg comes out. And then lower your hips. And we're looking for that lovely stretch all the way along the underside of your leg now. And you might feel that's quite strong into the right hip. If it's too strong, ease off. Otherwise, pressing gently down into that right heel. And using this time as well to try and come to a flat footed position if it works for you. And to add on from there, if you want, is to take your arms off. We're going to swap legs now. So whatever you need to do, bringing that right leg back in, and then we're sending the left leg out to the side. Have I got enough space? Oh yes, very short legs, not a problem. And again, same thing, pressing gently down into the left heel, opening up. You might find that that's quite a strong stretch on the inside of your knee. Go to where you are working, you're pushing, but you're not harming. And only you can be the judge of that. And we're going to come out of this by bringing that left leg in and taking our squat really wide, nice wide squat. And we're going to dip, so right knee comes down and then shimmy across, left knee comes down, pressing into those toes. So think about pressing, opening up underneath the right foot, knee comes down, toes are very much flexed here, and then we're coming over to the other side. And we start to come up a little higher. Still keeping that nice movement going, rocking through the hips. You can either pop your hands on your knees if you need to. Try and keep your torso upright, so perhaps not the floor. And if it works, then don't have them balancing anywhere. And come back to center. And then we're coming up into goddess. So bringing yourself up, taking the knees even wider, knees above your ankles, arms up in this position of power, and sink your hips low. So we've been keeping everything very low, very slow, but very strong. Start nice and tall. If you can sink a little lower, sink a little lower. Thighs might be starting to complain a little here. And up on the right toes. And swap left. Swap right. Tiptoe on the right. Heel down, tiptoe on the left. If it works for you, both at the same time. Or stay with one and then the other. Oops. And heels back down. Straighten up slowly, hands to hips. Prasarita Padottanasana, send your hips right out behind you. Stretching through the whole of the backs of your legs. Sit bones raised up towards the sky. But your back, head, neck level. Lifting your kneecaps. So we don't lock the legs. And then coming all the way up. Slowly, with control. Very nice. Time to get a little bit warmer here, which is great news. Right foot, send your right toes out to the top of your mat. We're going to come into a little bit of a warrior sequence. So we're starting off with warrior 1. Hips aligned with the long side of your mat, arms out. Nice and strong. Remember, in warrior, we always have our arms completely engaged. So stiffen up all your fingers in front of you and behind you. Chin comes to your right shoulder and we bend the right knee. So this is a warrior pose. Be strong. What am I talking about? We're in warrior 2. Oh well. Virabhadrasana. So we are strong warriors. Sink a little lower if you feel you can. And then we are tilting the back arm down, front arm up. Reaching up really tall. Straightening the right leg now, taking the right arm down, coming into triangle Trikonasana. So keeping the chest open, keep that left shoulder open, looking up to your left hand, using the back of your right hand to press gently on the inside of your right leg and make sure that your chest is open to the front. Reaching up with that left hand and now lifting up with the left. Coming back into our warrior, sinking down, chin above your shoulder. Nice and strong. And right arm comes down to your right knee, going over with the left arm, nice and straight, reaching up, opening out all along the left side. A beautiful sequence here. And then we come out, back into our warrior, briefly straighten the right leg and turn your attention now over to the left. Right leg, right foot comes either at 3/4 or wherever works for you. Your chin comes over to your left shoulder And then we dip the left knee this time. Hold in warrior, nice and strong. Relax your shoulders. Tense all the muscles in your arms. Steely gaze. Soft and unfocused, but unwavering to your middle finger on your left hand. And then we're tilting up, taking that right arm down. Left arm goes up. Looking up. Reaching up, getting that stretch all the way from your left hip up to your left fingertips. And then turning around into Trikonasana, left arm down, right arm up. Lovely open front of the body. Looking up if it works for you. Coming up, so lifting up with that right hand. Coming back to our warrior. Left elbow down, left arm onto the left thigh. The right arm comes up and over. So we get that lovely stretch. Fingertips to the outer edge of your foot. Reaching up. Stretch that all across the hip. And all the way now back. So lifting up. Coming out. Bringing your hands to heart center and folding forward. So a little bit of inversion here, taking your hands to the mat. Just gently resting on your hands, allowing your head, neck, shoulders to be completely at rest. Adjust to bring yourself into downward facing dog. Sending your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Heels down to the ground. Shoulders are wide. Pushing the floor away with your hands. Allowing your arms to lengthen. Letting yourself open up under the arms. While still keeping your back long and your shoulders broad and wide. Head and neck completely relaxed. Looking forward to your hands and stepping your right foot forward. So lift up, kick that foot forward. Taking the left knee down. Bringing yourself all the way up. And then sliding forward. So you can push that right foot forward if you need to. Getting a nice stretch into the left thigh. Tucking the toes under now. Lengthening and straightening out that back leg. It's still staying low. And then drop your hands down. Send your right foot back. Come back into downward facing dog. So remember those shoulders stay wide. Sit bones up to the sky. Head and neck relaxed. Palms pushing the ground away. And we take the left leg up and back and swoop it forward, step it forward between your hands. Back knee down, so that's the right knee. And then bring yourself up and see about sinking. Think about sinking. So sinking the hips as low as you possibly can. So lovely compression into the left, stretching out through the right. And get ready, we're going to tuck the toes under, lift up that back leg, and still stay nice and low. Well done. Hands slowly down, back to the floor, taking the left foot back, but this time coming into plank. So plank, set yourself up with your wrists under your shoulders. Heels are poking back. Body in a straighter line as works for you for today, for right now. But try and keep those shoulders nice and wide. Neck is long, chin is lifted. So staying here for a moment, we're going to just lift the right leg and step it out to the side. So toes just tap out to the side and then come into the middle again. Left toes tap out to the side and then back into the middle. Remember to breathe, nice slow, deep breaths here. And then take your knees to the mat. Bring yourself back into Balasana. So we're slowly, gently rolling back, hips to heels, forehead down, shoulders wide. And breathe. Gently coming all the way up. We're going to come into Ustrasana. Ustrasana is quite strong posture. There's nothing to be worried about though, because there's lots of variations. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips forward. So if you need some extra padding under your knees, go ahead and put some extra padding under your knees. Make sure that your knees are comfortable here. Have them slightly apart so they're directly underneath your hips, and then send your hips forward. So hips are forward, squeeze your glutes, and just keeping your hands to the side, slightly behind you, pivot back. See if you can find a heel on one side and then the other. Now, if that works for you, then bring yourself back into Ustrasana, taking your fingertips to your heels, sending your hips forward, allowing your head to come back and rest on the top of your head, and then sending your center of your chest forward as much as you possibly can. So we're arching in through the back, stretching out across the whole of the front of your chest. If that is tricky, then we just come to one side, but take this other arm up and out and wide so that you get that lovely stretch across your chest. So you want that opening in the chest. You get just as much of a stretch, and you just have to remember that we need to do both sides. So come out and then come back in again. If you're in straightforward Ustrasana, both arms back, then feel free to come out. Come into Balasana again with your knees wide. In fact, whichever version you're doing, come into Balasana with your knees wide and send your hands forward. So this time bringing your chest right down to the floor, forehead to the mat. Still sending your hips back. And relaxing your chest down. Taking a few deep, slow breaths here. And then looking forward to your hands, bringing your hands back either side. Bring your knees together, tuck your toes, and bring yourself up into downward facing dog again. So here we are, pop up into downward facing dog. Feet hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart, pressing the floor away with your heels, with your hands, fingertips widely spaced out, long across the top of your back. Breathing deeply and evenly in through your nostrils, out through your mouth. And then looking forward to your hands, stepping your right foot forward, bringing your arms up, coming into a warrior one. For real this time. So back foot can come off, or it's a 3/4 turn. Lifting your chest, lengthening through the front of your body. Arms are wide, slightly behind you, sinking low. And we're going to just swoop around to the other side. So bringing your arms down, changing legs, and back all the way down. That back leg is nice and strong and long. And then swooping around, only halfway, hands to hips, Prasarita Padottanasana. So halfway bend, breathing out, folding forward all the way, taking your hands to your ankles or your calves, your toes, anywhere on your legs. So right hand, right leg, left hand, left leg. Nice, easy forward, wide-legged bend, or Prasarita Padottanasana. Allowing your head and neck to just hang here. Let them hang out, relaxed, no pressure. Lifting the kneecaps slightly so that you don't have your legs locked in position. And close your eyes. If you're all right with your balance here. Try and completely relax through the back of your head, your neck, the top of your back. And then we're slowly uncurling to come up. Remember, keep those knees slightly bent. So you're having to do all the work in your thighs, in your glutes, in your legs, all the way up to standing. So a little tiny bit of balance work here. Left leg rooted down. So feel that you're growing roots out from that leg, completely stable. Hips are kind of in line, not going off on one side or the other. And then we're just going to draw that right leg up. So draw it up and draw it in. A little bit of a balance. At the same time, hopefully squeezing that thigh into your belly, into your torso, maybe even up into your chest. So strong on the arms here. Think about those upper arms, your biceps working hard. Try not to allow yourself to roll forward the chest. Keep your chest up. Strong and long. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Closing off the circulation into that leg. It'll be absolutely fine. Okay, another few seconds. Can you squeeze it a little tighter into your chest? Same time, giving that left leg a little bit of balance work. Well done. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take your legs wide, hands to hips, and gently pressing your hips forward, coming into a little bit of a recline backwards. And coming back up to neutral. Taking your attention now to your right leg, allowing that to be your strong standing leg, and we take the left leg and draw the left leg up. So set yourself up. Strong in those arms. Draw your thigh up towards your chest. Lengthen through that standing leg, nice and long. Curling your hips. So your coccyx tucks under just a little. Breathing slow and deep in through your nostrils, out through your mouth. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, take that leg wide, hands to hips this time, pressing the hips forward, little bit of a back bend. Coming up to neutral, draw your hands together behind you. So if you can come into a clasped hands position, taking the heels of your hands together, your palms together, and then straightening your arms, sending them out behind you. And if you want to intensify that, stretch a little. Think about the stretch being across the front of your chest. We can fold forward, a halfway fold, and lift the arms a little higher. Neck is long. Shoulder blades squeezing together. We haven't really done much with the shoulder blades themselves today. They've been busy as a side item for most of our asanas, but here we are, squeezing into the shoulder blades, taking them towards each other as tightly as we possibly can. And then slowly coming all the way up and releasing. Give yourself a hug, bring your arms around to the front, wrap them around, give yourself a little bit of a squeeze and release, and then the opposite hold. And again, give yourself a little bit of a squeeze. So we're coming back down to the ground. We're going to go down via another squat. So hands to heart center. Keep your legs slightly wide. Slowly, slowly sinking down. Nice and slow. And strong. All the way down, bringing your bottom down to the ground and releasing your legs. Coming into a very soft and easy Baddha Konasana. So legs not really drawn right in, a little bit further apart, away rather. They're very much together. They're just further away from the body and folding forward. Once more deeply into the hips there. Back to where we started. Keep your attention on your toes and your feet. And then slowly beginning to draw yourself away from your feet, all the way back up. We're going to come into Navasana, boat pose. So holding on, find your balance spot. Making sure I've got enough room back there. So nice straight back, lift your legs. Take your arms either side. Now hold on if you need to. And if this is not comfortable for you for today, ease off and straighten up a little bit. Come a little bit off your coccyx. We're not going to hold here, don't worry. We're just using this as a means to get down to lying on our back. So however works for you now, gently rolling down or rolling onto your side and coming down to the mat that way. Keep your knees into your chest. Let's come into a side twist. So arms out to the sides. And let's go over to the left side first. With control, over to the left. And then your head and neck, your gaze in the opposite direction. Keeping your shoulders flat to the floor. If you wish to add on, you can straighten your legs, you can cross them over each other, all sorts of different variations of this lovely spinal twist. So do what works for you for today. And then gently bringing your head back to center. Knees back into center as well. Keep them low, keep them skimming across. Tuck them tightly into your chest. I'm making up new words now. Tuckly. So they go over to the other side, gaze over to the left now. And if you decided to do something different with your legs on the other side, do the same on this side. Try and ease. Breathe into any areas that are causing you any extra thought. And gently bringing your head back to center, knees back to center. Wrap your arms around, give them a hug. If you wish to, you can bring your forehead up to your knees, curling up into a little ball. And release. One last movement here, just to ease out any tension in the back. Feet flat to the floor. We're going to come into a little bridge. So sending the hips up, tucking your glutes under, relaxing your chest, relaxing your arms. And come up as high as is appropriate for you for today, for right now. You might just be hanging out like I am, or you might be absolutely wanting to go for it and get a huge stretch here, in which case squeeze your glutes, send your hips up, roll your shoulders under, lengthen through your neck, of course, and push the floor away with your feet. Well done. Don't forget to breathe nice and deep and slow. And then slowly rolling down, one vertebra at a time. bringing yourself into your lovely Shavasana. Now, Shavasana has to work for you. So however you are feeling, whatever you need for your body to feel comfortable, it might not be lying flat on your back. And if that's the case, take yourself into a position that does work for you. Close your eyes and breathe. Breathe in. Slow. Deep. Breathe out. Long. Fully. Completely emptying the body with each breath. Filling up with each exhalation, emptying. Inhale and exhale at an even, regular pace. Take your attention to your toes. Relax your toes, relax your feet, relax your ankles. Feel such huge, deep gratitude for every single part of you. It allows you to do all the amazing things that you do and you want to do and you're going to do and you will do. With each breath, taking energy and light and warmth to every single part of your body. Relax your calves, relax your knees, relax your thighs and your hips. Relax the whole of your pelvis. Feeling gratitude, especially for the parts of you that are complaining, that are unhappy, that are letting you know that something is not right. Learning to listen to the messages that your body gives you. Taking attention to your hands and your wrists and your forearms and your elbows, allowing them to relax completely and fully. Relaxing your upper arms, relax your shoulders, relax your belly and your chest. Relax your neck and your throat. Breathing in fully, exhaling completely. Each breath bringing light and warmth and energy and purpose and confidence. And as you breathe out, letting go of anything that holds you back, anything that weighs you down, anything that you no longer need. Let go. Trust that you have everything that you need. Trust that there is nothing you need to cling on to. The more you let go, the more space you make for everything that is out there waiting for you. Relaxing your head and your scalp and your face. Relaxing the whole of your body, allowing it to be completely supported. Allowing yourself to melt slightly, soften into your mat. Taking a deep breath in, bringing yourself to lie on your right side. Allowing yourself to feel a sense of peace and ease. And gently bringing yourself up to sitting. Any way that works for you. Keeping that sense of a special, wonderful space around you that you've created. Bringing your hands to heart center, inhaling deeply. Exhaling to open your eyes and back to the space around you, back to the world. I hope you have a wonderful day and your hips are going to be happy with their little stretch and move that they've had this morning and everything else. And have a lovely day. My builders have just started. Bang on. All right. Have a gorgeous day. Bye.